Mr. Claus Møller, welcome to the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Slovenia. Today you are speaking about emotionally intelligent leadership. So what are, in your opinion, the main characteristics of emotionally intelligent leaders and companies that are led by such leadership?
Okay. If I take a look at world-class companies, the companies who are producing the best results in the world, they are basically good in two areas. They are good in the professional areas. For instance, the good hotels know how to run a hotel. The good car manufacturers know how to produce cars. The good airlines know how to do airline business and bring people safely from one destination to another. But it's not enough to focus on the professional side of the business in order to succeed. You also have to focus on the areas that is needed to succeed in any business, not only in hotel business or in service business or in retail or what have you. So organizations also need to be competent in what I could call the general areas. And there are many topics within the general areas that you need to be good at, because companies need to make good decisions. They need to solve problems. They need to set goals. They need to mobilize the energy of people, and they need to inspire people. They need to become innovative and things like that. And I've chosen to put all these general topics, the things that it takes to create successful business in any culture, under four main headings. And they are called principles for productivity, principles for relationship building, principles for quality, and principles for management or leadership. And the best companies in the world, the ones who have produced good results during crisis and have come out of the crisis the best way, they're the ones who are good in both these areas, the professional business areas and the general. And all things that happens in an organization take place at three levels: at company level, at team level, and company and personal level. And this is why we say to people that in addition to being professionally good, you have to be good in these 12 areas. You have to be good in productivity, at company level, team level, personal level. You have to be good in relationship building at company level, team level, and personal level. You have to be good in quality at company level, team level, and personal level. And you have to be good in management at company, team, and personal level. What we're talking about here today for the Chamber of Commerce in Slovenia is mostly about box 4, 5, and 6. So it is about building good relationships. What any company needs to do is to build good relationships with the people who have a say in their future. They are people who can make me or break me. So it may be the government, it may be the press, it may be the employees or their organizations, so I have to have good relationship with my stakeholders or the people who can make me or break me. In order to do that, I have to be emotionally smart. I cannot only be factual, I have to be emotional. I have to make sure that people bring their heart to work. And I have to mobilize the positive energy that there is. And if you have a company where everyone is prepared to do their best, they are committed, they are responsible, they are loyal, you'll have a better company. But in order to do that, it's not enough to talk about factual things. You probably have to talk about emotional things as well in order to energize them. And this is what we are doing today with a nice group of people. And it is a dream. It could be fun to see that we are not only helping or inspiring one company, but maybe the entire Slovenia, which I think is possible. Not just to go for something which is mediocre or okay, but go for something that is actually Europe class or maybe world class. And I have spotted a few Slovenian companies who are world class or European class. I'd like to see more of them, and I think it's possible.
Do you think it is difficult to apply your theories to the companies?
And it depends on whom will be participating in these kind of programs, and very often in some countries, not in Slovenia in particular, but in many countries, top managers think they have arrived. They know everything. They are complacent. They think okay, but they are willing to send their people to seminars, and if they only send their people and do not go to the seminars themselves and learn about emotionally intelligent leaderships and what have you, then it will not have the biggest impact. You need actually everyone to take it seriously and be there. The top manager should be present in the seminars and try to do what it takes to build a company that can grow. And it's interesting to see that the most successful companies in the world, like Intel, or in the old days, Southwest Airlines or Walmart, the biggest company in the world. Why are they successful? Why can they go through crisis when other companies can't do it? It's because at a very early stage, the founders of the companies establish some values, a certain way of running the company, and these values are known to everyone in the organization. And new employees who enter the organization, they will be taught these values from the very first day, so they know that if they do this, they'll get a yellow card like in football. If they do that, they'll get a red card, and there are negative consequences of not following the values. And if you can do that, that's fine. But the values should not be a burden. They should be relatively relaxed. And the best thing is that if the values have something to do with that, we believe that the people we have, the employees, represent our most important resource. We have to put people first rather than systems and processes. I think it's possible. But if you come into a company with a top management who is not eager to change, it's difficult. But I have in some companies, top management is willing to change, but middle managers are not. In some other companies, middle management is eager to change, but top management is not. And it's a little bit different from the public sector to the private sector. But basically, we're talking about things that people maybe even say are obvious, are natural, and therefore they will easily accept things like, and this is what we're going to talk about this afternoon, that if I do my best, of course the customers will benefit from that, my company will benefit from that, but there's one person who will benefit more than anyone else, and that's me. If I do my best, I'm the winner. And if I'm convinced of that, then I can create some energy. And if I do a good job, if then the management sees it and recognize me for it and make good performance visible, then I think you can make it. It's so human what we're talking about. The most human beings like our concepts, and there's a little trick here because normally it works. I think you know that I've been instrumental in changing big organizations in the world and getting people putting hard to work, and because I don't start talking with the company, I start talking with them, talking about people's private lives, and everyone would like to be happy. Everyone would like to avoid suffering. Everyone would like to team up. Everyone would like to be proud of what they're doing. But it just happens that we don't learn it in school, and we don't focus on that in the companies. It's more factual what we do. So people like it, but it's very important to realize we are not only talking about emotions, it's about or emotional intelligence or general competence. It's about all these people skills and all these managerial skills, plus the competence within the professional areas. It's a both and approach instead of an either or approach.
Now you are also writing a book, a handbook for pessimists. Do you think that people are more pessimistic nowadays than they used to be?
Well, I don't know whether you are thinking about people in Slovenia. I don't know that. I don't have the right to say that people in Slovenia are pessimistic. I think it's a general attitude. I don't think it is related to Slovenia or to a special culture, but. But I know that that's part of being emotionally smart, that if you are an optimist, then it's more likely that you will achieve what you want to do. You'll find a solution, and you'll come out as a winner rather than a loser. I believe. I worked for the Danish football team in 1992 because they were not allowed in because Yugoslavia was qualified before them, and then there were some internal troubles in Yugoslavia, so they couldn't come up with a national team. So Denmark was invited, and they didn't believe we could win, and I was given the job to talk about optimism. We go for the gold, and luckily enough, we got there. And I think I'm an optimist. I will not retire, for instance. I have just had my 70th birthday, and when I was 60, there was a guy from Italy, my partner in Italy, who came to me and made a speech for me. And he said, "Claus, like a year has 4 seasons, so has a human being. And you are 60 years today, so your spring is over." And he actually brought a chamber orchestra from Italy to accompany his speech. So when he was talking about the spring of the life, they played the spring from Vivaldi. And he said, stop, no, Claus Møller, you had your spring, you had that before you were 25 years old. And then they started with the summer, the Vivaldi, and he said to the orchestra, stop, no, you had your summer, it finished when you were 42. And then he said, okay. The orchestra played the autumn, and he stopped the orchestra and said, no. Your autumn finished yesterday. And then I knew what was going to happen, the winter. I said, my God. And they started playing the winter, and he said, stop. And he said, Claus, when you are 60 years old, you can choose. You can live your winter of your life, retirement life, or sitting in God's waiting room, or you can live your second spring. And I've decided to live my second spring, and I do.